young man moving to New York from Arkansas, after being there for like about 3 months, I was introduced to the Media Lab by one of my best friends, and it was something I never really seen before. We had one organization in my hometown that was similar, but they didn't have the stability, the encouragement, or the funding to do anything near what the Media Lab does, which is basically provide a place for kids to spend constructive time after school, and learn different trade skills like operating cameras and video editing, audio editing, and also it gave the kids a job after school.
That was my first job, and it helped me out a lot. And like the stuff that they taught me, you couldn't really learn anywhere else in Plattsburgh, because this is like the only place that they have cameras that students from school could work with. They have a program to help kids and keep kids out of trouble and everything. They have the Pro Tools that helps people record and become artists. Just spend their time not getting in trouble.
To me, it gave me a reason to do something other than just party. Like most of my friends where I'd come here and work 40 hours. I put in about 40 hours of volunteer time at the Media Lab and also 40 hours of my full-time job. But it's because I was just helping the kids. And I thought that was a great thing. It made me grow up a lot as a person. I became a mentor to quite a few of the kids, and they still look up to me. So it more or less gave me a reason to better myself, because I saw the opportunity that these kids had, and I'm also given an opportunity.
Before I came to the Media Lab, I'm not saying I'm a social being now, but I really wasn't that social of a creature. You know what I mean? I didn't really have friends. I didn't really talk to people regularly. And you know what? I mean, it's just who I was then. And now I seem to have more friends. I seem to talk to people more regularly. And I feel a lot more complete as a person. You know what I mean? You learn a lot from others about yourself, as odd as that may sound.
I've learned to keep on task and have deadlines and things that I have to do in order to be successful, which will help me further along in school and later on when I go to college.
If you're in high school, you're going to do what you want to do. You're going to hang out, you're going to have fun and stuff, but the fact that they actually had a place that gave them a job, that's that responsibility. That's something that it really helped them out with.
So if Mountain Lake wasn't here, I don't think I'd be like the same person, because this like got me started into being an artist, being more responsible. If this wasn't here, I'd probably get in trouble and everything. So it helped out a lot. It made me do better things in life.
Oh, watch the show. Alright, young boys, here we go.
Some kids have come in and they've written poetry, written songs, and they've had an opportunity to come in and actually record themselves. They've had an opportunity to participate in public service announcements and actually come up with the ideas themselves and different things that they wanted to do, what might affect. They know what they would see on TV and lean towards, so they know what other kids would also. So their own creativity is what makes the Media Lab what it is, really. That was the whole point.
I'm in love with music. I'm not going to say any other different. I don't know how to word it any different. That's what I want to do in life. I want to be involved in music, in the media, everything like that. This is what I want to do with my life.
The kids could come to the Media Lab after school and stuff, and if they needed the internet, they have the internet. If they needed anywhere else, where else do they have access to an LCD projector, DVD players, DVD burners? A lot of these kids are poor. That's the whole point, Most of these kids are from the projects. They don't have everything that a lot of other kids have. So the Media Lab definitely provides different things for them.
The Media Lab has made me more responsible, made me a better individual, like how to take care of things. Specifically taught me how to use cameras, like audio, like the Pro Tools and a lot of the digi-design and everything, and Adobe Photoshop, and just people here are nice and they teach you a lot of stuff.
It's sort of understandable to me that the grant money ran out, the kids can no longer be paid for any time spent, and the kids aren't here. If there's no funding, odds are there aren't always going to be kids around, because a lot of the kids, they had this, they did this not only because they loved it, but because they needed money anyway. So most of the kids that I've seen, they got jobs elsewhere and everything. And if only we still had the funding and the kids could get paid one way or another, or could get some sort of support, then that would be all the better. You know, that's the only thing, the only downfall, you know, the lack of funding.
As far as improvements go, I mean, possibly getting the community more involved in activities with the Media Lab. That way there would be more funding and more grants and things like that. And people would actually see what we're doing and not just look at something and be like, oh, well, it's a bunch of at-risk teens doing something. Because we don't really want to be involved with that because they're at risk. And, you know, we have a hard enough time being teenagers and not being trusted. But then you put the at-risk thing into it, and then they actually see our work and are impressed with it. And that's when the people actually want to keep working with us and keep seeing what we're going to do and see how we succeed and give us harder tasks to complete. And then the finished product, you look at it and you wouldn't expect someone like me or someone like anyone else that worked in the Media Lab to have something to do with something important like the hazing documentary or Away from Home or Young Voices or anything like that.
Here we go, Mr.
One of the greatest nights of my life was when we were putting together Young Voices. We were piecing the show together, and the kids and I sat down and wrote a theme song, and we wanted to perform it. You know, we wanted to actually have them record their own theme song because they did the material, they actually had the instrumental for it and everything. So, like, okay, they wanted to rap. So when we went over to, we set up a studio session in Vermont at Egan Media, which is a world-class studio on the cover of Mix Magazine and everything. And consequently, that same night, George Clinton was supposed to be performing at UVM. So we set up an interview with George Clinton on top of our studio session. So we came in and we actually recorded the theme song. Right, the kids went into the studio, recorded the theme song. Clinton showed up. We sat down and hung out with him for like half an hour. And he and 3 girls that he brought with him actually went inside and recorded the chorus for him also. They made up a chorus and everything. So where I felt really proud is that I contributed to the song in general, to the creation of the song, and the kids performed it. And I actually had something to do with a George Clinton project, and I'm real proud about that. That's one of the coolest moments ever. It's somebody I always loved.
Here we go, it's the perfect procedure for these kids that need to relax or take a breather. The new topic is small but test elaborated. We the newest society, the future world leaders. Young cats, pay attention. Negativity, we don't rap, say or mention. Our mission is to uplift you, give you information on political issues. The future young voices, now it's official. Follow your passion and free your mind. Please pay attention. This is your time. Sit back, relax, and watch the television. It's the Young Voices showing you how we living. It's easy, don't touch the remote. Watch the show. Alright, Young Voices, here we go.